Straight ahead on CCX News, a Maple Grove woman's fight against breast cancer, her surprising diagnosis and how she's managed to stay positive. Plus, going to court for kids. A Maple Grove woman explains a little-known volunteer role that makes a huge difference in the lives of children. But first, health experts investigate teacher illnesses in an Osseo school building. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. The Osseo School District is trying to get to the bottom of complaints about illnesses in a school building.
A number of staff members have complained about allergy-like symptoms starting in mid-September. The building is the former Osseo Elementary School, which is now the Osseo Learning Center. It houses 2 programs for students with special needs. And since receiving concerns about the illness in the building in mid-September, the school district and the state health department have been investigating. But so far, they can't find anything that would cause health issues. In letters to parents earlier this month, Superintendent Kate McGuire said the fact that some of the students there are medically fragile adds gravity to the case. The district hired an environmental consultant to test for fungus from air conditioning units, Legionella bacteria, PCBs, carbon monoxide, and other gases, and there were no abnormal results. Even so, carpets in the building have been specially cleaned, and a company that specializes in mechanical forensics will study the design of the air conditioning system. The district has spent more than $37,000 on testing and cleaning.
The first snowfall of the season may have surprised some drivers, but police reported no major issues on the roads Friday morning. Streets and highways were still warm enough that the snow melted on contact, but there was enough in the northern part of Brooklyn Park to cover some grassy areas. Local weather watcher Steve Reckers says he recorded 0.6 of an inch and still falling as we went to air. Reckers says historically it's not early for a snowfall. Over 30 years, the average for October is 0.9 of an inch. But still, be careful if you are driving early Saturday. The temperature will drop below freezing, and that could mean bridge decks could be slick.
But despite the snow, road construction isn't over yet. Starting Monday, Highway 55 will be closed just east of Golden Valley between Van White Memorial Boulevard and Lyndale Avenue. The closure will last about 2 weeks as crews replace a 130-year-old storm sewer pipe. The project will save time and money later on. The pipe needed to be moved anyway to make room for a future light rail stop. Well, now to an important need in Hennepin County. More volunteers are needed to be an advocate for children in court. It's called a guardian ad litem. Reporter Shannon Slatton has more on this important role from a child advocate in Maple Grove.
I challenge anybody to find something better to do with their time.
L.J. Johnson has never regretted her decision to become a volunteer for Hennepin County District Court almost 10 years ago.
There's times I'm exhausted and frustrated, but there's times I'm exhilarated beyond belief when you see that happy ending.
She volunteered to be a guardian ad litem.
Most people are looking at like, what does that mean?
It is a legal term that means she will act as the guardian of a child who has been removed from the home while the case is in court.
Until that day that case closes, I'm always gathering information. Because that's the only way to determine what's best for that child, what's in that child's best interests.
Johnson says because judges can't really get to know the children in their cases, they rely on the knowledge of guardian ad litems.
Would love to go out to their homes and their schools and talk to their teachers and parents and foster parents and therapists and everything like this, but they can't do that. They just can't. So they have us.
There is a need for more guardian ad litems. The latest numbers show in Hennepin County there are 200 unassigned cases, which means approximately 500 children without an advocate are in court.
We have this wonderful volunteer model that we use, and these people who come in and dedicate time and energy and their heart to this work, and we need more of you.
Johnson has since moved from volunteer to staff. She often works from her Maple Grove home.
You're helping them.
She says it's a job that makes her both laugh and cry, but feel satisfied at the end of the day.
There's no doubt this is a difficult job. And for a volunteer job, it's very involving, but it is so rewarding and satisfying.
To be a guardian ad litem, you must apply and if selected, go through a training process. Volunteers are asked to commit 18 months to the program, which is the average time a case remains open. And Mike and Alex, that length of time is because they want the guardians to be with the child from the beginning of the case to the end. And of course, we've just scratched the surface on what's involved and what's required. We've got more on our website.
Okay,
Great.
good.
Thanks, Shannon. A Maple Grove woman is fighting stage 4 breast cancer with dignity and determination. As Sonia Goins reports, she's also helping to lead the way when it comes to research.
I already gave you 2 treats I don't have anymore. Come on. Come on. Come on, bud.
Something as simple as playing with her dog Riley
Come on, boy.
has so much meaning for KRIS West.
Come on. Let's go.
In 2013, her world was turned upside down. An ordinary sign of affection from her husband went horribly wrong.
He picked me up and gave me a bear hug. And he cracked 4 ribs.
Shortly afterwards, KRIS was sick for about a month with what seemed like a cold. Doctors did blood work and found something more serious.
They found breast cancer cells in my bone marrow. And so the breast cancer had already spread to all my bones.
KRIS was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer.
It was shocking. The first doctor said most women with this disease live for 7 years, and we think you've had it for 5.
Genetic testing didn't show any signs of the disease.
I had no lumps, bumps, or anything out of the ordinary.
KRIS had 5 surgeries the year she was diagnosed.
So I had a double mastectomy with reconstruction. I had an oophorectomy to get rid of my ovaries. When they removed those, they found breast cancer in my ovaries as well.
She relied on faith and family to get her through.
Your priorities change. I want to be here for graduation. I want to be here for college graduation. I want to be here when they get married or see my grandchildren.
KRIS decided to fight back.
If you start the day right, I think you're going to do better every day.
She got on with living her life and doing what she loves, playing golf.
The focus and the drive that you have to have in golf is kind of like the focus that you have to have when fighting cancer.
She was one of 6 women nationwide selected by the Mizuno company to be part of Project Zero.
They liked my story. They thought it was inspirational and a good one to share with other women.
KRIS is also spreading awareness and volunteering to help others.
It makes me feel good and gives you purpose.
In many ways, her sickness has made her stronger.
As I've learned more about it and as I've gone through this, I think I can be here a lot longer.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
And doctors gave her a 2-year time frame to live. That was 4 years ago. There is no cure, but recent tests showed no signs of the cancer as she continues taking medicine. Still ahead, a weekend showcase that includes a pumpkin palooza.
Plus, the volleyball playoffs get started for local teams, and we'll have highlights of Maple Grove versus Wayzata.
But first, a chilly fall weekend. Temperatures in the 40s. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for something to do close to home this weekend, Neil Persley has 2 suggestions.
One for the daytime and one at night. Here's Weekend Showcase.
Okay, Friday was cold, windy, rainy, and snowy, but on Saturday morning the snow will be out of here, and it'll be the weekend before Halloween, and that means that on Main Street in Arbor Lakes...
Yes, on Main Street of Arbor Lakes, we'll be having our Fall Festival from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It's basically like a trick-or-treating festival. All participating businesses will be handing out candy, coupons, discounts, prizes, everything of the sort.
Participating businesses will have a trick-or-treat stop sign in their window.
So you're going to want to start at Cold Stone Creamery, because Cold Stone Creamery is actually where we'll be giving away 1,000 free reusable candy bags.
But after the sun goes down,
year 1 was a hit, and we're back for year 2.
bundle up to check out the newest fall tradition in its infancy at the State Fairgrounds.
So while it is family friendly and there's no gore or spookiness or blood, it definitely tickles the senses for all ages.
It's a Halloween wonderland of lights.
Very family oriented. It's bring your kids down here, see a bunch of pumpkins. It's cool.
So we are over 4 blocks in the fairgrounds on the south corner of the fairgrounds, and the path in total is about a half a mile long, and within the half mile you'll experience 12 different lands, and there'll be over 3,000 hand-carved funkins and pumpkins, as well as about 500 rural pumpkins.
You've never seen the DNR building quite like this. Plus, there's hot food vendors, even sudsy treats for mom and dad. Pumpkin Nights is open starting at 6:30 through Sunday, so if you want to take in this pumpkin palooza, there's still time. From the State Fairgrounds, Neil Persley, CCX News.
For more information about Pumpkin Nights, you can go to their website, pumpkinnights.com. Still ahead, little ghosts and goblins swarm downtown Robbinsdale.
But first, the Maple Grove and Wayzata girls soccer teams look to advance to the semifinals at the state tournament. Jay Wilcox with their quarterfinal highlights up next.
I'm Jay Wilcox with sports. After the Maple Grove and Wayzata boys soccer teams won their state quarterfinal games Wednesday, the Crimson and Trojans girls teams hope to follow suit on Thursday. First-time entrant Maple Grove facing Eastridge on a wet, windy night. Maple Grove strikes early. Manon McMahon gets the return pass on the give and go. She's stopped, but knocks the rebound over to Lauren Bredensteiner for the goal. It's 1-0 Crimson about 3.5 minutes in. Then in the second half, Mia Omar on the penalty kick for the Crimson, and she makes this one count. That goal gives Maple Grove a 2-0 lead. A short time later, they add an insurance goal as Lexi Miller chips it, and the Raptors keeper can't quite keep it from crossing the goal line. Maple Grove wins its first ever tournament game 3-0.
It feels really good. It's our first time going to state, and it's really good to advance. I think we can win state for sure. Like, we've worked super hard this year, and this team is just super good.
The Wayzata girls have been regular tournament visitors, but missed out last season. The Trojans are the top seed in Class AA this year, and they faced St. Michael Albertville in the quarterfinals in St. Cloud. Wayzata dominates, and they break a scoreless tie here as Lily Gilbertson gets it to Sam Dietrich, and her shot hits the bottom of the crossbar and bounces in. It's 1-0 Trojans at halftime. Second half, and it's Emily Dillon ahead to Gilbertson, and she'll cross the ball over to Dietrich for a redirect goal. A nice one here, her second of the night for the Trojans. And Dietrich completes the hat trick. She takes a pass in front, bounces off the defender and turns and fires. A great night for her. The Trojans roll to a 3-0 win. That sets up the semifinals Tuesday on Halloween. Wayzata faces Egan at noon, and Maple Grove plays Lakeville North, who upset Andover in the quarterfinals at 2 o'clock at US Bank Stadium. The winners then meet on Thursday for the championship. Well, Thursday was a big day of section meets for cross-country runners. Many of our local teams race in Section 5AA. Anoka the site as the girls take off. Mounds View's Morgan Dahl and St. Michael Albertville's Allie Weimer battle for first. Dahl wins. STMA though wins the team title. Osseo 8th grader Lex Davis takes 4th. Blaine's Benjamin Olson is the boys winner. His time is 15:59.2, beating out a pair of Mounds View runners. Maple Grove's Blake Iverson runs hard to the wire, taking 4th. And his teammate CJ Young isn't far behind, placing 6th. St. Michael Albertville easily wins the girls' title, but congratulations to the Maple Grove girls as they place 2nd to qualify for state. Gabby Bolser was the top Crimson runner in 11th, with Ava Lanou, Lindsay Young, and Nora Trost placing 17, 18, and 19 for the Crimson. Osseo was 4th. Mounds View and STMA are the boys' state qualifiers as the top 2 teams. Maple Grove has to settle for 3rd. In addition to Maple Grove's Iverson and Young, Maple Grove's Patrick McLean, Champlain Park's Connor Janostin, and Osseo's Vaughn Thomas are headed to state as individuals. Thursday wasn't a bad day to be indoors either. Several local teams open play in section volleyball tournaments. Maple Grove hosting Wayzata in Section 5 3A, set 1. Wayzata's Olivia Roberts drops a hit just inside the back line for a point. The Crimson run the slide play from Megan Piter, and she delivers the kill here. And on set point, Zoe Brown with the back set for Annika Peeler, and she puts it down for a 25-18 Crimson win. Set 2, Maple Grove freshman Skylar Gray puts down the overpass for a 13-7 Crimson lead. The Trojans, though, fight back. Roberts' hit, good for a kill in the corner. And then Kate Long's hit will get down, cutting the Crimson lead to 21-14. But they don't break, and on set point, Brown rips the ace serve for a 25-17 win. And set 3 is all Maple Grove. Alexi Preed goes cross court for a kill for a 19-8 lead. Then Madison Black will put it over the defense into the open court for Maple Grove. Match point, it's Gray with a big kill as Maple Grove wins the set 25-8 for the sweep. They face St. Michael Albertville in the semifinals on Tuesday. Top seed Champlain Park plays Rogers in the other semifinal. And in Section 6-3A, Hopkins, Benilde, Armstrong, and Edina won Thursday to move into the semifinals. Class 6A football Friday night on a pretty chilly evening. Back to you, Mike and Alex.
All right.
It'll be cold.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jay. In Local Vote 2017, Golden Valley voters are choosing 2 city council members from 5 candidates.
And we wrap up our look at all 5 with GILLIAN Rosenquist. She has served on city commissions and is making her second run for city council.
I'm GILLIAN Rosenquist, and I'd like to represent you on the Golden Valley City Council. During my 15 years in Golden Valley, I've been active in the community. You may have met me scooping ice cream at the Brookview Ice Cream Social, handing out voter information at the League of Women Voters booth at Golden Valley Pride, or serving dinner at the Meadowbrook Elementary Service Night. Currently, I'm Vice Chair of Golden Valley's Open Space and Recreation Commission and served as the residents' voice in light rail planning. My husband Jeff is a commercial contractor and Cub Scout leader. We have 3 sons in the Hopkins Public Schools and a black lab. I believe in respectful dialogue, bridge building, and thoughtful, considered decisions. As your council member, I will listen to you, communicate, and build partnerships that will keep Golden Valley the wonderful mix of urban style, suburban tranquility, and community spirit that we love. I hope you check out my website, GillianRosenquist.com, to learn more and vote for me on November 7th.
And we'll be right back.
And finally, the not-so-spooky side to Halloween.
In Robbinsdale, the adorable factor was very high, and here's photojournalist Keenan Precker.
The people around here are great. It's a great community, and it's great to see everybody come around and get out, get the kids out. It's beautiful. I just hope the weather holds up for them.
I like it because there's a whole bunch of candy.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All the kids, seeing the little kids.
Seeing the kids in their costumes, and it's all good.
What a cutie.
We got a lot of candy to give away, so.
Yeah, we do. Hi.
So we're giving out toothbrushes, toothpaste, floss, everything the kids need to clean their teeth after eating all this candy. There you go.
Seeing all the people come out and being together, it's a nice community event. The kids are wonderful. They all dress up and they get their candy, they get their treats, whatever they like for Halloween.
It's a really fun community event, and all the businesses are so generous here in Robbinsdale to invite the families to bring the kids before dark and before Halloween, and when they're all eager to just get out and start trick-or-treating.
That's a great event, isn't it?
Looks great.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.